Over the last 15 years, things have changed, just like you mentioned, and not just the way we do business, but now we are providers. We have the provider status in Wisconsin, so that we can do a lot more. And many of the things that we couldn't do a few years ago, now we could, and we can actually bill for those services. So we're always looking for something new, and it's really hard. I mean, we still have the bread and butter of our business, the filling the prescriptions. That's always going to be there. And as you know, the reimbursement keeps going down every year. So I'm not here to complain about that, but I'm saying that there are new opportunities and new ways to make money in 2025. And some of the things that did not exist before. I mean, right now, for example, with the compounded GLP-1s, that's an opportunity that we've been utilizing for over a year now. And it's good for the patients, good for the business, good for the prescribers. And you always have to look for those opportunities that are good for the patients, good for the doctor, and good for the pharmacy. And anytime the answer is yes, 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 that would be a good opportunity. Another thing that we are doing today that we didn't do in the past is the at-home vaccination and at-home long-acting injectables. A lot of times, I mean, people who are on some of these medications for schizophrenia or other reasons, they have a hard time coming to the pharmacy, and sometimes the parents have a hard time bringing them to the pharmacy. So we have been asked many times by different patients and parents, hey, would you be able to come and administer the medication in the house? And initially it was hard, but then we thought about it. We were like, okay, sending a pharmacist might be a little bit harder because first of all, we're short-staffed, and to have a pharmacist go to the person's home might be a challenge. But if you send a nurse can administer those medications. So we hired a couple of nurses, and they take care of all of our long-acting injectables, and they go to the patient's house, they administer the medication. And if you have the right motivated employee, he or she would be willing to go to any place. I mean, they really care about the patient. These are people who have a mission of serving the underserved. So we've been so lucky. We have a couple of nurses today, Mara and Kaukab, and they're both great. And they'll go to the patient's house and administer the medication and the vaccines. Sometimes we have some senior citizens who could not come to us, or patients with autism who their parents had a hard time bringing them to the pharmacy. So we would go to their home and administer the flu and the COVID vaccine or any other vaccines they need. Initially, some of the parents asked us to start this service. And initially, we did send pharmacists to administer the medications at home. But honestly, it was really hard because the cost of sending a pharmacist is higher. And there aren't a lot of pharmacists out there. So finding the right pharmacist to do this was a little bit harder. Now, when it comes to nurses, there are just a little bit more nurses available. And we were so lucky. During the pandemic, we had a nurse who came and got her COVID shot with us, and she was impressed with our service. And her name is Mara. She loved it, and she asked for a job, and we offered her the job. And since then, she's been with us.